Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not. I
Okay.
was never like I understand the principle of loss leaders, like we see it in the movies, especially like in the pool movies.
Okay.
You
What
know
do you
what a
mean by
loss
loss?
leader is.
Something where you sell something cheap to
Yeah,
get
but
people
you have that
in.
in gambling. It's also very common.
Okay.
Sometimes to get the customer hooked, you start off by losing a bit,
Sure.
and then hopefully you can up the stakes, and
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you can.
But
And
in
I,
terms of this environment, it
for
makes
matches, yeah, that
no.
never did it for me.
But against Raj, for example, it
It
worked.
occurred to me, I was winning my first match in the tournaments, 16-0,
Sure.
and it occurred to me that I didn't need to win 17-0, but he might need not to lose 17-0.
Sure.
And then it occurred to me that I'm not big enough as a person to just give him the point.
Okay. Fair
But
enough. So this must have been a bit of a conflict.
I'm working on it. No,
Sure.
that wasn't a conflict. I'm working on it. No, with your girlfriend or wife.
Girlfriend.
The problem I had was we were playing to win,
Yeah, sure.
and I only play. The last time I played was last time I was here.
Yeah.
So I'm not accustomed to thinking in these terms. So it took me a while to realize that when you play these tournaments, the jackpot or the main tournaments, people put up 1200s.
Yeah, yeah.
It didn't even register when I was thinking about it that there was 150 Euro tournaments.
Sure.
So the people who play it for different reasons oftentimes. And yeah, it seems when thinking about it at the time, it seemed like I had a conflict of interest.
Sure.
And when thinking about it after the fact, it seemed like I should not have a conflict of interest. It should be automatic to simply just say yes, of course,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because there was
That's my
yeah,
natural instinct to do that. However, I played a number of tournaments in Georgia and Russia,
yeah,
whereby any edge that can
yeah.
be taken on you, it sort of sullies me a bit, and it makes me want to think, okay, I want to take an edge on my opponent.
Yeah.
So no apologies needed either
No, no,
side.
but
It was really
I
appreciated.
usually play in settings where either we have an agreement, it could be unspoken, that's how we play,
Sure.
or we have another agreement that's sort of, well, just if I don't expect you to show me the courtesy, then I would not show you the courtesy. And playing online, I tried it before where the guy times out first move.
Yeah.
And he says whatever he says, and I say sure, and I resign the next match.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was 500 euros.
Mhm.
That doesn't matter. We played a lot. And he said he would return the favor.
Okay.
So it so happened that I was gambling him on two, and I timed out. So I lost instead.
Yeah.
Same amount of money. I lost 300.
Okay.
I was gambling him, but I hadn't taken checkers off, so I got gambled instead.
Sure.
Perfectly reasonable. Now, in order for him to give me the money back, we would have to initiate a new game.
Yes.
And yeah, he played everybody else on the server for the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
And yeah,
Disappeared into the sunset.
no, he didn't disappear. No, I changed my name. You could do that.
Okay.
And then I played him again because he was a customer, and I didn't mention it
Sure.
because I didn't see the need to. But
Sure.
it felt kind of odd that
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's fair enough. If people aren't as
And
gifted as
and
yourself,
we
then
had been
they
friendly
need
and
to.
we had been chatting and everything. But yeah, when it came to reciprocate, no, I wasn't gonna do that.
Yeah, yeah, sure. No, fair enough. So, on that whole subject, I would prefer to definitely play legal moves. Do you want to play legal moves?
That is on you. Oh no, it's not on you. No, you don't get. I am perfectly happy to play legal moves.
Okay. So,
That
we
that
both know what that
doesn't,
means.
doesn't quite answer your question,
I'm-
but
I'm a-
we are playing legal moves.
I'm
yes.
obliged to
Yes.
point out any mistakes.
Yes.
Because this happened to an English guy last year in the quarterfinal on the 4Q. I hope this isn't recording. Ed O'Loughlin against John Barnes.
Oh, I had that happen against Eddie.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not a rare occurrence.
no, but the one I had happen was actually kind of, or I thought it was kind of funny, but I thought it was because he didn't, either he noticed it and it didn't show, or
Yeah.
he didn't. No, he had a 5 point boards. I have a blot on his 5 point. He has a checker out here. It rolls double deuce. It goes here. doesn't touch my ticker, doesn't put my shaker on the bar, picks up the dice, and we
Okay.
continue playing. I didn't feel the need to mention it.
Oh, okay, nice
That
one.
we weren't playing legal moves.
Yeah, yeah,
No, I
sure.
don't. I'm not the guy. I don't. There are a few people where I will sort of put
I
the
know.
needle in,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in general, that's not my
Okay,
thing.
I feel privileged the fact you're willing to put that in with me. Okay,
No,
good man.
oh, I would say the people where I feel the need to put the needle in
I'll just put the
are,
yeah,
yeah, people I sort of I feel more comfortable with than you. I don't
sure.
know you well enough to
Yeah, yeah.
needle you after you make a boo boo.
Sure, okay.
So yeah,
But you did point last time that you played. You wanted to point out a mistake that I made, which was good.
did I point it out after the match?
You did.
Yes, those don't count. They only count during the match because then I'm trying to get under your skin.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. We know so much about each other.
They would
it's
count
crazy.
after if we were going to play again, but yeah.
Sure. You wanted to show me at the time, and I said,
Okay.
can we reserve it to the end of the
Oh,
match?
okay,
And
yeah.
you're like, okay. But, it was good. It was good.
I have, yeah, I don't really, I remember a few things, but not so many.
Can I ask, what are you a professional backgammon player?
I used to be.
Okay. Do
I
you mind me
used to-
asking what you do now?
Right now I do nothing.
Okay.
But until 4 months ago, I was attempting to become a professional poker player online. I live in Thailand, so live is an option, but the games are, but they're illegal, but police sanctioned, meaning you pay off the cops and then you
Sure.
can have your poker games in
Well,
peace. And I don't want to go there, so I attempted to play online, and I failed at putting in the time and effort to make enough of it.
sure.
So I took the last couple of months off to do some mental and physical cleaning out.
Okay. Fair enough.
And after I get back and get over my kids' birthdays, I'll think about what I want to do
Sure.
next.
Okay. Wonderful.
So yeah, so right now, but yeah, as far as if we count the 1 week a year, then yeah, yes, this week I'm a professional backgammon player, and I was last year also. Until about 2.5, 3 years ago, I was a professional backgammon player online.
But it's just dried up, hasn't it?
It stopped. The servers closed.
Yeah, yeah. Bot infested site.
No, not that wasn't the problem. I know when you read the blogs and everything, that seems to be the problem.
Yeah.
But for me, that was. Let me show. If she minds, then whatever. So I remember one match in particular. I played like I played a lot of bots, and I get in the habit of noticing. A lot of them aren't bots. Most of them are just people who are putting in the match. Like the last website I played on, I played 3 Albanian guys in a row, and each of them played sufficiently slowly and took time on each move, and it was clear to me that they played better than I did, all 3 of them.
Sure.
And there's good reasons for that, so we didn't have to play anymore.
Yes. Fair
And
enough.
that's fine. No, I remember one guy who, with a position like this, played a 1-2 like that, without thinking about it for any reasonable amount of time, and it was the right play.
Okay.
And we didn't have to play any more games.
That was the end of that association.
Yeah, and but I know what to look for.
Sure. Yeah.
So that was
Just
that was
non-human
the
play.
the problem was the same thing that happened with poker, where the markets became segregated. Like Denmark used to be able to play backgammon from Denmark.
Sure.
And then the market got legalized with poker, and the sites that also like party poker had a backgammon price.
Yeah, yeah.
But now they were paying licensing fee, and they became legal in Denmark. And either they didn't have the option to pay for backgammon, or presumably they chose not to pay for backgammon. So Danish players couldn't play anymore.
Sure.
And then people, I'm guessing customers from the other, like from Spain and Italy and Portugal and wherever else they got their own market, they couldn't play either.
Yeah, yeah.
So eventually, just the market got too small, and they weren't really making much money. Party in particular, I know they weren't making much money. It was just an extra thing for their customers to do, and so they just
There
cut
is
it
a
off.
site at the moment. I don't know.
No, there's
backgammon for money or something. I haven't played them.
read about some of them, but I didn't go there because I wanted to go full time with poker rather than just play backgammon on the side.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't go there, but I don't think there's anything meaningful. I think there's gridgammon is the most meaningful, and you can't play for money, but you can agree to play and then send money back and forth.
Sure. Exactly.
But there were some of the also
you
from
have a gridgammon account?
no,
Okay.
I never did.
Sure.
But also some of the sites you can't play with the Thai IP, and there are ways of getting around that. But if you don't, I didn't care enough.
Sure.
Fine.
Peter, have a good match.
Good match. Oh, yes. That was unexpected.
excitement.
Sorry?
The excitement got to you.
Yeah, no, that
No.
and the apology for taking the fun out of the rest of the game.
Okay, no, fair enough.
Not that I'm not trying to do that, but
There's still gammon opportunities here. So.
yeah, and you could win, but both of those are fairly minor. Unless you really want to enter with ace 3 or deuce 3.
Did you offer deuce 3 as an entry number?
No,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
you might prefer ace. No, friends of mine, when they played and they got to a position like this, they would just fast forward and close the board and put the 3 checkers like that, and
Sure.
Yeah, save about 5 minutes of time. But also, I'm not particularly enjoying myself, and you're just being tortured.
You must be enjoying that, right? In
Yeah.
the reverse scenario, or just I'd be in heaven.
No, I enjoy talking about it like that, but actually playing it, yeah, that doesn't do anything.
I hope the folks at home are enjoying this. Oh my god.
Sorry. Well, these balls were just rolling.
I'll take aces.
Your girlfriend said she played in Bristol.
Yes, yeah.
You live near Bristol?
I've moved to Bristol because of her.
Not that I actually know where Bristol is, but
Okay, it's on the southwest coast of England. Yeah, I moved to there because of her, and we've got a nice place together.
I saw there was tournaments.
Yes, there's a really good tournament, Bristol Open, end of October.
Is there again, I'm not going to go there.
Okay.
But so my actual question, too far, I live in Thailand.
Sure.
Is there a backgammon scene in Bristol?
There is, very much so. Not big stakes, but
No, but the size of the community.
20 players a week meet up 2 times a week. Roland Herrera is one of the players. Simonetta Herrera.
Yes, I remember both of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Oh, first chance to blunder for a while.
No, I got jaded by playing for money all the time. What I
Sure.
most enjoyed was when I started playing at the cafe tournaments where you could win a bottle of wine or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
going to get a long video file.
I'm going to transcribe this thing. I transcribed it last year. We played like 2.3 or something.
Oh, thank you. I never got the match file.
Yeah. I'll send it
But
to you.
I didn't. The deal was I was going to give one in return, and the one I was going to give I never got, so
Okay.
I never contacted about it. What did you play?
I think it was just under 5, 4.8 or something.
Is that good or bad?
About average, to be fair.
Okay.
Um,
No, if it's about average, if you don't get out that much to bigger tournaments, playing average in one of the more important rounds
yeah.
is,
Shows
is,
that I
a,
can
is,
hold
a, is,
myself
is a
together.
good result.
Yeah, sure.
No, a lot of people they choke. Not
Yeah,
simply just you get caught up in the moment and yeah.
sure. 5 all aces that I can take a nap and let you do all the hard work.
Yes. Until you get there, I'm probably not going to let you just say your turn. But like in the finals of this tournament, it's not unusual to see players play at least 1 point worse than they normally would.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
It doesn't help that you've been playing for 6 days straight either.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if you go out and drink with friends.
Yes, as I've done this evening.
Oh, thank you for the effort, I guess, on my behalf.
It's to drown my sorrows.
Yeah,
I saw that you beat
T-Bone. I had sparkling water with my dinner. One roll of excitement. I almost feel like I should apologize for all my talking about how it was an uneventful game.
We can call it a single.
You can roll an ace, and then you have to roll two deuce ace, I guess, to make it go back to being uneventful.
So it might be me giving you the 8-0 head start this year.
Did I give you that much of a start?
Yeah. 8-0, and then I didn't win another point.
In this one?
In the Super J.
Oh,
The other one I was like 10-0.
Thankfully, I don't remember. Yeah, well, that I remember. That one I got up to even, which turned out to be good for me
because we did a little deal, didn't we?
Yeah, and we wouldn't have other. Yeah, I remember the first time that happened to me. I felt awful. Like I got ahead 7-0 to 9, and then it became 7-7, and we made a hedge, and I won, and I felt.
Sure.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Even though I won, and it seems so ungrateful, but that's who we are. I picked up one checker with the six back, made the six time. He had a bunch of checkers, and I gave him the long talk about how we were gonna roll. Like it was gonna take 5 minutes to finish the game without anything even still happening. And then, yeah, eventually I picked up the safety checker. He didn't kick me in the shin.
Here or here? Thank you. Hold on.
Easy. Thank you for taking it nicely.
You even might be scoring.
I had a good friend of mine when I was young who knew how much I enjoyed playing backgammon.
Yeah.
And one night I took him out, and he got to play against the drunk guy who, 3 games in, decided that they should be playing the other side. And
Okay.
it took like 15 minutes for the barkeep to sort of explain to the guy that, yeah, he was going to have to go.
Sure.
And I never convinced my friend to come play with me another time.
That's all right. Hopefully you'll get to apologise again after the next game. I'm due a double six.
Sorry?
I'm due a double six. Well done.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you. Can I get you a drink?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Espresso.
All right, nice one.
Yes,
Yeah, I know. I was praying
Can I flip it to 16? Does that help? Congratulations, sir.
Peter, do I have your email address? You want me to send you the video?
Yes.
Okay, this is where we'll let that.
Sorry, Peter, what was that? Cappuccino? Did you say?
An espresso.
Espresso.